After Juliet stepped outside the bunker, the green grass and blue sky from the VR gradually faded, and in front of her was a barren, desolate landscape. As she continued walking, Juliet saw a broken flag, and beneath it, a corpse clutched the flag tightly with its hand. The further she walked, the more corpses she encountered. When Juliet reached the high ground, this is what she saw. It turned out that the Barrel Warehouse had once been the site of a violent rebellion. With the generator about to be submerged by water, the lower-tier people had no choice but to advance toward the upper level. As the bridgehead was captured, the upper level gradually fell. Now, the lower-tier people faced two choices: either wait to die here or leave the bunker to fight for a slim chance of survival. It was evident that these lower-tier people failed, and the price of their failure was death. Meanwhile, those locked inside the Barrel Warehouse saw Juliet collapsed on the ground. They were still being deceived by the overseers. But whether this was a kind lie or not, Juliet didn't know. Regardless of what had happened, Juliet just wanted to know the truth. After facing many difficulties, Juliet finally entered the Barrel Warehouse. Suddenly, she saw light downstairs. Perhaps there were still survivors. Juliet followed the light and passed by an abandoned farm. There, she discovered a water source. After confirming that the water was safe, she filled her cup and drank deeply. After quenching her thirst, Juliet descended the ladder. Just as she was about to rest, she heard a noise from the opposite side. This further confirmed her suspicion. There was definitely someone on the other side of the broken bridge. Juliet called out loudly, "Is anyone there? Anyone on that side?" But all she heard in response was silence. Whether there was someone or not, Juliet was determined to investigate. She thought of a way to cross the bridge and went upstairs. She dragged up the skeletons of the people who had been hanged and used a knife to cut the ropes. After repeating this process a few times, Juliet had gathered several skeletons neatly on the ground. She had also obtained enough rope, which she tied to the railing. She then climbed down and tried to swing herself across using her momentum. As the rope snapped, Juliet was launched to the other side of the bridge. She struggled to stabilize herself, but ultimately fell. Fortunately, the water below was a pond. Unfortunately, Juliet didn't know how to swim. She struggled desperately in the water, about to give up, when a plastic barrel saved her life. Juliet clung to it and was able to catch her breath. Using the barrel's buoyancy, she was able to slide toward the shore. Exhausted, she climbed up the bank, her life spared. She wasn't sure whether she regretted leaving the Barrel Warehouse or was simply venting her fear. But one thing was certain: she wanted to live. Juliet returned to her original room, bandaged her scratched arm, changed out of her soaked clothes, and then returned to the broken bridge. She refused to accept failure. When she reached the place where the rope had been placed, Juliet was shocked to find that the rope had been cut. It was clear that someone had been here, but where were they hiding?